course.
And I bet if you do, grease them, they'll grease you. But like a lot of the times, like I've gone to get massages where you can tell that it's either someone's first day or last day, and they don't give a fuck about anything you want. There have been times where you ever had someone knock on your head?
No,
dude. I was at no. So there was like, I don't know what it is about, like they'll do the thing where they'll take your finger and like pinch it and like do that.
Yeah.
So like if you go to get a deep tissue, like there have been like I've had enough massages where I still don't know what a deep tissue is, what a shiatsu is, or what a fucking shinshi or whatever is.
Right,
I have no idea. I'm just like, yo, do this. Can you just rub my body because it hurts?
Yeah.
And there was one time where this lady, like, she got to my head and she was doing the crack a neck. Yeah. Dude, but she did it like 5 times. And one time she like moved her fist and was like, I got you. And I was like, what?
She dead back to you.
She did. Dude. And I was like, oh, was that supposed to be a thing? And there was one time, dude, she propped my feet up like on a little, like, I guess foam block. Mm-hmm. And she was like punching my feet.
Whoa.
Like she was doing like Mortal Kombat tests of strength.
And was this an Asian lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's like, it is wild how.
I don't know if they go to school.
No, they're all family taught, dude.
Yeah.
There's no school.
It's passed down.
I think a lot of the times when, I do wonder, like people who come to the country and they're like, I'm just going to open up another Asian massage parlor.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you think like, and I'll just, I'll train everyone. I kind of know what's going on. I wonder if they do know when they're coming from wherever they are coming that they do have like an idea of what massage is. And there's like, yeah, we can just open it up. Like,
maybe.
I'll teach you and then you teach them. And then if you're awake enough, you can teach them and maybe you can teach them. It's like,
I think like maybe like massage, acupuncture, all that is a part of like Eastern medicine.
It is, but I think they exploit it because like if I went into a massage parlor and there were no Asians, I'd be like, this is a crock of shit. This isn't real. Like I don't believe
you won't find them at like one of the corporate ones, like a Hand and Stone.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. I think the Hand and Stone, I don't think it's really massage. It's a spa. Right. So they just put like the hot stones on you.
Yeah. Well, I did get a massage there once.
Oh yeah, how was it?
For my birthday, my lady gave us the coupons for like a couple massages.
Oh, dude, I do couples massages all the time.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I will say though, when they do bring it, so the last time I got a hot stone, they did the hot stone. They asked me if I wanted it. I'm like, yeah, sure, just do whatever. And I don't know how they make the stones hot. I have no idea. I think there's like a microwave in there or something. But she was putting stones on my back and she dropped the stone down my butt crack and it got caught between my balls and my ass crack. Dude, and I was like, oh! I didn't, and like I usually don't make any noise. Like when I'm getting, unless it's like really hurts, but she like did it. I was like, oh. Just like, I don't know
you got contact Asian?
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's not the ghoul. He's stopping. Dude, I hated it, dude. And but the crazy thing is that happened and they're like, and then I feel these 2 spindly fingers going like in between my butt crack trying to get the rock. And it's like, just go and grab it.
Yeah,
like they're
just get it,
trying
lady.
to be like, oh no, I messed up. Like very delicate.
Don't be bashful. No, like my shit hurts.
You've literally scalded my nuts.
And the pain, yeah.
And you dropped a rock on it.
Yeah.
You also dropped a rock on my nuts.
Yeah, cold rock drop would have sucked.
It would have sucked. Hot rock drop on your nuts is the craziest
The only
thing
hot
in the
rock
world.
I won't drop it on my nuts is Dwayne. If it's not that chill.
Weirdly enough, she did say, like, you smell what your balls are cooking.
No, did you really say that? Yo, she should be on this podcast.
Dude,
did you really?
No, I didn't say that. That would be so. I
thought you meant she said
no,
that.
she was like, you smell your balls, they cook. I had steamed shrimp after that, dude.
But wanted like if your balls had eyebrows, like one of them like the little, yeah.
It doesn't matter what your name is. It was crazy that but then nothing was said.
Yeah,
like that was a thing too. Like if anything happened, I'd just be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
A thousand thank yous. Like, I don't know what to, because I don't want to be mean to these ladies who are just trying. They're just working.
They're trying to make it.
You know, they're working. It's not like I'm going in there with a bunch of like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, work on this. I need this. I have tension here. At no point in time, I think I've ever had a conversation with any of these women. I just go in and I get naked and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm just laying with my face in that little toilet thing.
Yeah.
Just waiting. And then they show up and they just start doing shit. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Well, now I think I'm going to start, now that I'm getting older, I think I have to start going in being like, target this area.
Oh, yeah. You're going to.
Which is crazy.
It depends on what you do. Like the last.
Before I was just like, just being touched is nice.
Yeah. Just any type of human contact.
Yeah. But now I'm going in because stuff hurts.
The first massage, you're like, you know, Robbie, you actually try very hard to make everyone happy around you.
If my face is in the thing, I'm like, I think about it all the time. That's actually what happened with those like feather ladies in Vegas.
The feather ladies.
You know those like ladies with the big feathers and the asses are
yes.
They got me in being fake interested in me, and it worked perfectly.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're like, comedy seems really hard. I'm like, it is.
What? There's one tear going down. Yeah. Rob's the only person who comes back from a strip club. He's like in tears. Like, if you just listen to what I was saying, dude, I don't even know, man.
No, it was totally that. And then they took the picture with me, and then they said $60. And then I broke down. I was like, I can't do it. I was like, you're gonna ruin my weekend.
$60.
I'm getting paid to be here, but I didn't get the check yet.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah. If you stay here, I can get you Red Bull from the green room. Yeah. I can bring you back drinks. I can pay you in food.
Yeah. I was like, I'll delete the picture. If it means that much to you.
No sale. Yeah. I just wanted to talk for a little bit.
Right.
That is wild. So yeah, every time I see those, that's crazy you got caught up in that round.
I know.
Come on.
I thought I was better than it.
No, dude.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm
All
really
it took
not.
was some lady dressed like a fucking wild bird for you to be like, she'll probably listen to me. Yeah. I bet she likes talking about stuff.
Being seen by a feather lady with a fat ass is so nice.
Dude, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's kind of like, you know, there's only been one time, even when we went to the Peppermint Hippo. Like, I think strip clubs, for me anyway, have been like, you know, they're on the downswing in my priority.
Yeah.
And they have been for a while.
Of course.
And that's because if I'm paying that much money and we're not fucking, what am I doing here?
For
What
sure.
am I doing here? This is
sure.
crazy. So when we went to the Peppermint Hippo, I'm standing and I'm just like, this lady comes over and she starts doing the same thing. She's like talking, being real nice. I'm like, look, I know what you're doing. You can drop the act.
Yeah.
You can stop. Like, and it's just like, I felt bad because she's just working. And she sees me standing by myself, like, I don't like anything in here. Yeah. I'm paying $15 for non-alcoholic beer. Get out, dude. Right. That's the other thing. Going to a strip club sober, you're an insane person.
Yeah,
that is the act of a crazy man. And I was like, I don't know why I went, because all my boys were there.
Of course,
you know, I'm hanging out, but it's just like I have no money. I also have no money.
Yeah,
I'm just there, spending no money on booze, and I'm sitting in a corner just like, I wonder if I can leave here. Like, I wonder if I left, no one would know where I went from now on. But she was being real nice. And I will say she did drop her little stripper, you know, like, oh my God, you're so, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at that. And it's like, I was like, you can stop. And she's like, oh, so what are you doing here? I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
I like when they cut the act.
Yeah, dude, when they drop the guillotine comes down, like, nah, I'm just, I'm like, yo, look, I bet you have like the most amazing butthole in the world right now. But
right.
I have no money to show, to have you show that to me.
Right.
And as soon as you're like, I have no money, they're like, Bing.
See ya.
I get it. I get it. I'm not.
Cheeks closed.
Dude, they do. They fucking swing together like those balls on a desk. They're just clacking. They're clacking shut. And I was like, I totally understand it. Go see my boys over there. They're fucked up on ketamine and they're ready to party.
Yes.
I tipped one stripper there because I was on way too many drugs to navigate back to where you guys were.
Awesome.
And I could
You
not.
paid her for directions?
Yeah. I was like, they're probably being loud. You'll know. And they're like, are you with Skankfest? I was like, yeah. And then she pointed me to a table of freaks, and I was like, a little less weirder than them.
Not those guys.
I remember there being a railing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were
And I'm
in a-
like describing just a strip club to her, and she just paraded me around till finally I was like, that's my wife. Thank you so much. Here's $10.
Thank you for being my whole Sherpa. Thank you
Yeah.
for leading me around this club.
Well, that
Vegas-
carpet was fucking me up.
Yeah,
dude.
it's crazy. That whole place was fucking designed.
Vegas shouldn't
wow.
have carpet in it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I
Should
think.
all be tile?
Yeah, I don't want anything that lives in the floor. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You know why they design casino carpets like that?
Why?
It's so you get disoriented. So
you think you're
so
at home?
you no. Dude, you just laying face down on the casino carpet like I'm actually pretty comfortable.
They probably kind of want that.
The reason they design it like that is so when you're walking around, you forget where you were. And that's why there's no real windows in a casino.
Right, you lose track of
So you
time.
lose track of time. You don't know where you are. And it's like, the point is like, if you're walking away from a machine, you're like, I got to get away from these machines. And
Yeah.
then you start walking, you're like, now I don't know where I am. The only thing that's here is machines.
Yes.
And then you just start playing again. And they get it. They get me every time, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't not.
Vegas really constantly reminds you that there's no free lunch.
What do you mean?
That you can't get away with anything for free there.
I think, well, here's the thing.
Maybe walking and breathing.
You can get away for something for free if you play right the first time.
Yeah.
You know what? If you win, I've said that, like when we went to Vegas, I was like, yo, if I win like $1,000,
Yeah.
I'm done gambling. In my head, I'm like, I beat Vegas.
Right.
That's how low the bar is.
Yeah.
If I win $1,000 on a slot machine, I'm like, I don't have to play anymore. I just won.
I know, but then everyone always keeps going.
Yeah, believe me, I think the thing is where it's just like there's nothing else to do. Like you only have two options. You can either get wasted or gamble, or maybe talk to a fucking feather lady who tells you you're okay. And then you're still losing money on that. It's still a gamble on that. So it's like, I think like after you lose $50, you're like, man, I probably can make that $50 back.
Right.
Now. I would probably do that. And there's nothing worse than losing money on a anthropomorphic whale who's telling you you're the best. Dude, it's hard to explain to your girlfriend that you lost $300 on whales of cash.
Yeah.
You're like, where'd all the money go? I'm like, I'll tell you the thing. I thought the starfish were going to help me out. I had a starfish.
I feel like I
boat.
spent all my money on vegetables there.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they're not
yeah.
easy to come by.
They are a
And they
commodity.
know that they're a premium.
Yeah,
Dude, you mean like in the slots where it's like peppers and stuff on?
No, I mean physical nutrition.
there's a slot machine called vegetables.
Honestly, I would have played it forever if you received actual
Oh yeah, if you
vegetables
got
there.
actual nutrition coming out of the slot machine, that would be sick.
Because that's the thing too. Like the Skankfest there was like the Chick-fil-A was like the easiest thing.
Yeah.
The catering was kind of
It was better than it was the previous year.
yeah.
Better than it was the previous year. But now it's like you have to walk. So we found a really nice brunch place that wasn't that expensive and the food was really good.
Nice.
But we went there every day, and I guess that was the only like place in town
With
So
real stuff.
It was packed every fucking
Yeah.
day. That was the only problem. Is like you went in.
Yeah, we went there twice. It
Dude,
was
it was a madhouse.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but you are eating real things. You're not like eating crap from the Walgreens across the street. Like I think this has nutrition in
Yeah.
it, and really it's just a piece of plastic with crap in it. You're
Yeah.
just like I'm really hoping this will sustain me. But yeah, I wish there was more to do in Vegas. Like that's why I was like, this is crazy. I'm just walking around literally spending all of my money on nothing.
It's not a good place.
It's not. Weirdly enough.
Yeah,
Who'da thunk?
I look at it as like living in New York. I think like you have to be balling out to enjoy it.
Straight up.
Like I have to take out like a loan to see the Blue Men Group. Like I can't just do that willy nilly. Like I have to have a real job.
Taking out a loan to see the Blue Man Group.
I have to open a line of credit.
The farthest thing from what I thought you were going to say. I didn't take out a loan to gamble. No, it was like pay a prostitute. No, I need to see the greatest live performance ever, man. Like, come on.
They make anything drums.
It's the Blue Man Group. There's paint. There's paint.
They make the world drums.
Oh my God. Then there's 50 other Blue Men. Which one's the real Blue Man? I heard that there is more than 3.
That's what I heard as well.
There's multiple Blue Men.
Are there different Blue Men groups in different cities?
They're like Fight Club. They operate independently. They can do whatever they want. No, I heard that there's like a Blue Man group in New York.
Yeah,
and then there's a Blue Man group in Vegas. There's a Blue Man group. I'm sure in Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
But then there's also international Blue Azul Man groups everywhere. Everywhere. That's the only Spanish I know. Azul Man group.
But what's man in group?
Azul hombre.
Yeah, Azul hombre.
Grupa.
Posse. Is
Posse. Posse.
Or no, that's black for group. Excuse me. But maybe that's Dominican for group.
Yeah, that's Dominican.
that's Black Latin, right?
Yeah, that's black. That's Latin.
Latin.
That's Latin.
Yeah.
It sounds real. I would never question it.
Right.
Yeah, I think they have multiple Blue Men, and I think they definitely. I mean, they're making. I don't even know how much. How much is a ticket for Blue Man Group?
I'm guessing like 100 for a ticket. No, is that too much?
No way. That sounds actually not that much. Like, don't get me wrong.
For like a far away ticket.
100 a ticket is a lot. But
I would say maybe in New York, it's as much of like a Broadway ticket. And those are pretty expensive.
But how long has the Blue Man Group been around? The Blue Man Group's been around for a while.
Long time, dude. Maybe it's been around so long that they could do it cheaper.
They can just do cheap?
Yeah, like it's not like a limited time you can only see this show.
Or you see faded Blue Man Group. They're just they're not totally blue. They're just a little bit off.
Yes. Oh, $50?
What? That ain't bad.
That ain't bad
at
all.
At the Luxor? Come on.
I really thought that was going to be crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be
that's
a
in
lot.
Vegas.
Yeah, dude, you could have done. Dude,
okay.
That's less than your fucking whore photo.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, that is less than my whore photo.
You could have easily been sorry, ladies, I've got to see the greatest show.
We got to fucking knock these ladies down a bit. Granted, it was 2 ladies.
Sure.
But I actually posted the photo.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah, I think the caption was, "I'm nothing without my angels."
Wait, if you posted the photo, did you have to blur out their faces at all, or did you?
It's just their asses. They just bent over and it's just their asses.
Dude, then why are you? Yeah, dude.
I ended sending them maybe 20, I think.
You sent? Oh, you.
I did send them something. Yeah.
Them $20.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think it was 20.
Right.
I forget.
That's all right. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I was like, 60 is crazy.
60 is crazy. That's what are you talking about? $60 for a photo is who am I meeting?
Right. And the overhead, I can assume your business cost immediately. How much is the outfit? Can't be that much. And it's not like you're running out of ass.
I'm willing to bet.
It's not like you have to, there's a supply chain for ass that you have to take care of. You have the
tariff
ass.
on this ass right now. Yeah. These asses aren't cheap. They're coming from different countries right now, and we're actually losing money on ass.
Yes.
I think the costumes are also rentals. There's no way they own those costumes.
You think so?
There's no fucking.
I believe that.
It'd be different if they were I made this costume myself. If you were a flashy whore,
right,
and you came up to me and I could tell that you put a lot of work into your outfit, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe this is worth $60. But if you're wearing something that came from a fucking party city, Get out of here. Dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not paying you $60. What am I paying $60 for? Just for butt?
Just for butt.
I can take a picture with my
Not
own
even
ass.
touch it.
Yeah, that's also crazy. You didn't fucking
No.
That's insane, dude.
Actually, my hands are in the air.
That's
Danny, can you find my Instagram?
You were held hostage by hands
or
up.
no, actually, it's more like this.
Oh,
I think I'm on the cross, actually.
You were doing Shawshank.
Yeah,
You were not doing hands up, don't poot. You were doing fucking. You were just like, oh no.
I was doing Shawshank. Come on now.
That was pretty good, dude.
Oh,
You should
man.
charge 60 for that. You should be like, look, I'll make a joke about your butthole, girl.
This is bringing me back to life. I had a rough morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
What happened?
I tried to get a lift in before doing this, and then I woke up a little later than anticipated, so I didn't really have time to do the morning right. So I just took my multivitamin and pounded a Celsius
That's retarded.
on an empty stomach.
Why would you do that?
And then just puked Celsius in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
dude. Why would you do that?
Dude, I got
Also, Celsius is nuts. That's a nuts energy drink.
it is.
That's a crazy thing. I don't know
they
why.
branded that it's like kind of healthy. Yeah, there I am. $30 an ass.
Look. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not mad at this photo. What I will say is, look, and nothing against you ladies. Those aren't that's not 60. Those aren't $30 asses.
Right.
Look, I'm seeing ass that I could easily see. I've seen better ass on the way here in yoga pants.
Yes.
Get out of here. What are you talking about? That's like nothing against your butt. I'm not trying to body shame you or anything, but do better.
Yeah, it's like know where you're at.
That's all I'm saying. Like, come on. There were far better asses in Vegas.
Oh,
that would be worth $60. That's not that's maybe the one on the left. That's maybe like a $10 ass, and the one on the right. That's maybe a 15. That's not. What are you talking about?
You're saying all right.
They're all right.
Yeah.
They're all right asses. They're not. It's like you can't even. I think it'd be different though. I will say if they spice it up and one of them had like one of those sparkling butt plugs in it.
Yeah.
That would be different. Like that's a surprise.
Right.
Like, pay $60. Maybe you'll see a little flashy flash.
Yes.
That would be a little bit different. But this is
textbook.
This is like something you could see. Nothing again, dude. This is something you could see anywhere. Dude. I can see that just at the Bloomsburg Fair. This is not. This is nothing, dude. I'm sorry. This is not that great. They did let you wear the feather boa though. Look at you.
Yeah, a little pageantry was nice.
I guess. I mean, that's all. That's all because they talked you up, dude.
Right. And then my
did.
eyes are closed. I'm picturing a better place where I had more money.
I think you're picturing better ass. It's like, it'd be great if I wasn't here with these like subpar butts right now.
Yeah.
That is a bummer, dude. You paid. You didn't pay. You deleted the picture, then you posted the picture. I will say, you got your money's worth.
I think so.
I also
how many likes? 409 likes.
Whoa,
That's nothing.
damn, dude.
Especially at the time, I think I was averaging maybe 100. So it got the people excited.
All it takes is ant ass to get you to get you 400.
I went to AA, brother. Got a problem.
Oh. Anyway, this is the end podcast of the Ryan Shane. I'm joined by the one and only, the cruise missile himself.
Yes, buddy.
Rob Cruz.
Is this your first step in the new stew?
What, at the first step in the new studio?
Your first episode in the new studio?
Oh, no, I did one last week.
Oh, okay.
It's great. But it's amazing looking. Everything looks so great.
Yeah, man.
It's so good. Where can I would say where anybody can get you, but everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows.
Do regular Deer Tag podcast.
I know that.
Yeah.
I also heard you did a fire. Sorry, I'm using the slang. You did such a fire job on that crack amico.
Oh, you heard the raps?
Yeah, it was so good.
You heard my bars.
It was, dude. You have so many bars, dude.
Thanks, dude.
You have more bars than those ladies that have terrible ass. It was amazing, dude.
Thanks, dude.
It was so good.
It was very fun to do that with them because they're both real rappers.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the thing. Like here, I think, and nothing against you.
Right.
Like you have a musical background. So you're already in tune with what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
So it's like, I think for them, like the bar was very low. Like, I don't think they were expecting much from you in the rap department at all.
Yes. I benefited from lower expectations.
Straight up. And then you just broke the backboard off.
Yes.
It was so good.
And Yeah, because my boy Henderson, he engineered it for me. And I went into it. I showed him both Crack and Jarv, like their password, and he was like, "Fuck, dude." And I was like, "We have to get fancy.
I have to get crazy."
So we like fucked with like the modulation stuff, and then I was like, I have to do like some singing stuff because if I just did like a full rap,
straight up,
I can't really keep up. Cause like writing with Jarv was crazy. We were in the same room writing our shit, and like I had like 8 bars I was happy with, and he had 24 written already.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had to really like think about it and stuff like that. So, but it was, dude, it was so fun.
What an amazing
I want to do more
experience.
stuff with them.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Yeah.
I was. It's funny. Are you the type of guy like sometimes I'll get a song stuck in my head, and I'm pretty sure this is everywhere. I get a song stuck in my head, and then I change the lyrics around, and then I can't stop laughing at the lyrics that I've changed around. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
So I was like Rehab by Amy Winehouse. I heard it on like it was in the background of a trailer for some dumb show on like Paramount.
Yeah.
And all I was saying was like, they tried to make me suck my stepdad. And I said, no. Yes, he is black, but that ain't my bag. So no. And I couldn't get it out of my head. I've been singing it for the last week.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's been the only respite I've had for such a stressful week I've been having.
Can I put something in your pipe for you to smoke?
Oh, yes.
There's this account that I'm following where this guy is saying he's doing an IQ test to people.
Okay.
And he said like, say, but my income. And it's like in a Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And the person's like, but my income. And they're like, that's easy. And he's like, all right, perfect. Do you have a problem with like getting on the floor? Like, and they're like, no. And they're like, all right, now crawl on the floor and say that backwards. And they say, come in my butt while they're crawling on the floor. And they get so upset. It's so fucking funny.
Can you get on the floor and crawl backwards and say that back? That's pretty great.
And it's perfect because you challenge people's ego because they want to say I'm smart.
Sure.
So they're like down to do it. They're like, I'll prove that I'm smart.
Now, is he offering them any money or anything? Or is he just he's not flamingo whoring it. He's just saying like, hey, you think you're smarter than me? I guess that, that's like, how many followers does this guy have? He's probably a million.
Probably a lot. Yeah. It's getting a lot of engagement and he's pumping it out. So many people are doing it.
I think it's because everyone thinks that they're crazy intelligent.
Yeah.
But here's how you prove how smart you is how smart.
I thought honestly that added a little flavor.
No, this is how you show how smart you actually is if somebody comes up and is like, hey, excuse me, would you be willing to do that? You say no.
Yeah.
You walk away. If someone's like, yo, we're doing IQ tests in a Walmart, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Leave me the fuck alone.
I'm in Walmart.
I have to pay.
You know how smart I am.
You already know.
You know where I'm at and you know how smart I am.
I just spent $40 on Purdue Grillers. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not.
Do this at a Target.
Yeah. Step up a little.
Yeah.
It'd be different if he did go to like a university. Be like, oh, yeah. And see, like knocking kids down a peg or two would be amazing at a university. Speaking of knocking kids down a peg or two, how about that fucking dude who fell off the fucking the stadium in Pittsburgh?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh my God.
He fell off the stadium?
Dude. 20-year-old kid during a Pirates game falls. He tries to I don't know what happens, but he does prop himself up on the bleacher. Like, I think he was 20 feet up.
Yeah.
And he fell over the bleachers. Yeah, this fucking guy. Watch this. It's pretty goddamned amazing. Falls 21 feet.
Fuck.
Hey, look, it's one of your flamingo girls.
Ooh.
Want to try
This is so targeted to me.
Dude, I think it's crazy that we're still pushing Ozempic. It is kind of wild.
Yeah. Did you know I'm on it?
Are you really? Can you crawl backwards and say come in my butt?
Oh shit.
Dude, this is one angle. The other angle is him so the funny thing is, so this guy falls, he's still alive, and apparently
But he's like fucked.
He's pretty fucked up, But the crazy thing is, he's talking about, he's like, yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have trouble sleeping too, knowing
Sounds like you have trouble being awake.
Yeah, everyone saw me fall from a fucking bleacher. It's like you don't live in a time where people will forget about it. This is like your life now. Like, this is something that
you're fell off the bleacher
also
guy.
Guaranteed no pussy. This
Yeah.
is like, dude, holy fuck. What an amazing Jesus Christ. He's also not falling like
crash
straight down.
dummy.
He's cartwheeling down to hell.
He lost his constitution. Like, no structural integrity to his body.
Oh my God. Dude, and it's like, how do you, like, you're going to be able to walk again, but how do you walk away from that?
Right.
Your whole life is now like, yo, you fell from the bleachers like a fucking retard.
I'm so thankful I was never a part of like a viral moment like that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, dude. Did you know who's super pumped right now? The guy who got tased the opening day at the Phillies. Remember that dude?
No.
Okay, Jesus Christ, Rob.
I gotta be more tuned into the baseball games.
Dude, I don't even watch baseball, but this just comes up.
This is just internet stuff.
This is internet, dude. Go on Facebook for 3 seconds, man.
Yes.
Stop making whores take pictures with you. So yeah, this guy, dude, this picture has been all over the internet of this guy running away, tased and confused. He also has that headline.
And the guy with the taser is locked in.
Dude, just running, and then he just gets fucking tased down. This is
Look at the guy doing the tasing.
Oh no,
that's like the cover of like a DVD. That's like an international spy.
You can't, like, if anybody looks up that guy's name, that's the first picture that shows up.
Yeah. That's probably, hard to get jobs, hard to like move on from that.
There's nothing you can do. Like, that guy though is probably so pumped that this kid fell off the bleachers, because if they went like baseball mishap, they're like, oh, this guy.
Yeah.
They just forget about you completely.
Right.
That though, I'm very blessed to say that I've never been part of a viral video at my expense.
Yeah.
Then again, it's like, I'm pretty sure most things will come back to bite me in the end.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I've said something on a podcast.
I've said so many things that, like, it's now, but then it's like, what am I going to do? The crazy thing is now, it's like, I guess the most I could do is set up a GoFundMe for saying the N-word like that lady did. Yeah. Like, hey, come on, get $1 million for just calling a young 5-year-old the N-word. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
that's steak and beans, baby.
That is steak.
You can just eat off of, like, and it is wild that, it's coming off the GoFundMe for that kid who murdered the other kid at the track meet.
That's right.
And then they're like, oh my God, how could this even be? And then this lady's like, I just called a toddler at the N-word.
You're crazy.
Just for possibly stealing my child's.
That's why they call it a care N.
Oh my God. Did you hear about, we'll get in the phone calls in a second. Did you see now I know you clearly, the only reason I know about this stuff is because I'll just scroll through Facebook in the morning. Did you see the statue that they put in Times Square?
Is it just a regular black lady?
It's a 12-foot plus size black lady with her hand on her hips. I'm like, It's in the middle of Times Square, which is being.
Well, who is she?
She's everyone.
Oh.
She's an everyone. She's like the Whitney Houston if Whitney Houston was a plus size black lady.
Interesting. So it's meant to just symbolize like the people.
It's meant to give perspective, and it's being compared. This is where, look, again, who am I to say what art is?
Yeah.
I'm nobody.
I can't wait till like the whatever the woke version of like the people are in like the year 3000 and they're tearing down this statue.
Dude, so here's I
like we've had it with black lady privilege. That might be a thing in like 1,000 years.
We're going to jump the shark?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
I mean, it's insane. I looked up, so everyone's been given what's her fucking, because the only thing is her face that everyone's talking about. The chick from The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's talking about her potato head.
Yeah.
Everyone's going off on this chick.
So rude.
And it is like, it's wild. I don't really get it. But everyone's like, talking about how Hollywood is pushing these mid bitches.
Right.
I will say, I looked back. I was like, I remember saying something about this. And I went back on my Facebook and I saw that in 2022, I was like, the craziest thing about growing up or living in this time is knowing that we will have ugly positivity or unattractive inclusivity at some point in time.
Yes.
We are going to go and it's like, no, we won't know. You can't call anybody ugly anymore.
Right.
You can't just be like, yeah, they're unattractive. It's not for me. It's coming with like, how dare you? You know what's actually ugly? Your attitude. Your attitude is horrendous looking.
We are looking for inner beauty a little more, which I do like.
You know what?
But what I think is the move to call someone like hot,
Yeah.
or someone ugly is to say whether or not they're conventionally attractive. That's the big thing. You know what they mean when they say that.
Well, the problem
the
is,
girl who plays Ellie, she's not conventionally attractive.
she's comic book conventionally attractive. Dude. She's like, I don't really understand it. But when it comes down to like, personality, it does go a long way. But like when people are like, looks, like I've never jacked off to personality.
Yeah.
You know what? There isn't a Pornhub search for like, she has the same interests in me.
Yeah.
There's none of that. So it's
I think
like,
that only makes the difference for like a girlfriend.
sure. Yeah. If you want to spend a lot of your time with somebody, you have to get to know them. But when it comes down to like, what's attractive is like, how am I going to crank this nut, dude?
For sure.
And do I think that chick from The Last of Us is going to do anything? No, I don't think she is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's some weird AI stuff going on where they try to make her look like the character from the game and shit like that. But I don't think we're going to get there.
Yeah.
I don't think, and look, and there's nothing against her.
Of course.
I just don't think, I don't think she's attractive. And I think pushing it, be like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, look, man, I'm not going to like green bean casserole, no matter how much you push it on me.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
Of course.
Doesn't mean I'm trying to say you can't eat green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Eat it. But to tell me that this green bean casserole is fuckable is crazy as hell.
Yeah. You can't convince me otherwise. It's not something you could be talked into.
No, and that's the thing. I think being pressured to be like, no, you have to like it.
Right.
You have to. It's like I don't have to. It's also if I'm not protesting it either.
Yeah.
I'm never like, can you believe this? You expect me to believe this?
Yeah.
No. I just like, if someone's like, do you think this chick from The Last of Us hot? I'd be like, no.
Yeah, and the only thing we can control is our actions, of course.
Sure.
So like I won't make fun of her.
No.
But you can't control what goes on in here. And I feel the same way about the free the nipple movement, right?
What do you mean?
Where like people will be like, we have to stop sexualizing female tits, and I'm like, get this, too late for the cruise.
Too late. Do you know how? It's not just too late for the cruise. It's too late for the use, dude. It's the free the nipple thing. You would have to the generational die off that would have to happen for that to be okay. Or
we're gonna have to think like China. We're gonna have to make like 100-year plan.
It would have to be, and I've also said before, it's a lame joke. I've also seen nipples that have been should be locked up for life.
Right.
Free the nipple. I've seen like that. When we think free the nipple, we think like, hot tits. That we're just like, don't sexualize these tits.
Right.
I've seen tits that can't be.
Right.
Like, and it's like one thing's like, I guess you could walk around with your shirt off, but I'm also going to be like,
Exactly. What? All I'm saying is don't police my mind.
Yeah, I can't. I do like,
I won't say like auga.
I would also.
I won't go up to it and be like,
sure.
Meh, or anything like that. Like be myself and I read.
I also would say,
but in my head, I will always be like, very cool.
I would also be like, you're gonna have to give me some disability because like if you
will have to make me retarded.
No, it's like you're gonna have to. Like, you want me to come into work? I unfortunately am not mature enough to come to work if there's going to be tits out all the time.
Yeah.
You expect me to come to work and not be like, man, there's fucking boobs everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not as advanced. Right. I apologize for my caveman-like nature that I am so enthralled by breasts that if someone were to walk around with their tits out in the park that I wouldn't be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Dude.
You also would have to. Do you know how many you'd have to freeing the nipple? You think you could just free the nipple and not be in Philadelphia with our exploding homeless and mental health problem population? You get out of here. You think you're going to free the nipple one time? You're like, I'm never taking these out ever again.
And also, free the nipple is a little extreme.
What do you mean?
They're nipples. They're not slaves. Like, it's not that dire.
Emancipate the nipples.
Yeah, emancipate the nipples. Like, maybe a better campaign is like chill on the nips or something. You know what I mean?
Chill on the nips.
It just feels a little much for talking about tits.
No, dude, free them, dude.
Did you see what I'm saying a little bit?
Yeah, it's a wild term. It's over. It's you know what? It's actually like it's dismissing actual people who should be freed.
Right.
You know, it's just really making everything so much more cavalier. It's like, free my nipples. My nipples are so oppressed.
Right.
They're not. They're also, oppress them up on me, dude. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, those are just my main qualms with the movie.
Yeah,
and like you said, like we can't, like, can we have them out?
No.
Now that I
would
think
love
about
that
it,
we
I've
would.
never been in front of tits that are out and sent an email at the same time in my whole life.
Your productivity. I'm sorry, it's at an all-time low.
I'm trying to think of a time I've ever done that.
Did you imagine, dude? Imagine being a paramedic and you're trying to do CPR.
Yeah.
And there's some lady walking around with their tit, and you're just like, oh no.
Right.
You start doing it too much. I killed him. I was trying not to look. I was trying to be polite. I'm so sorry.
Oh, dude.
Oh fuck. All right, we got some messages.
Please.
Oh boy. Boing.
Hey, Shaner, this is Machete Man.
Whoa.
You ever been so drunk that you just pissed in a corner when you woke up and not realize that you did it when you were blacked out?
Yeah.
'Cause I just did. That was pretty fucking pathetic of myself. Just wondering, whatever your guest is, hello.
Hello.
That was the craziest confession ever.
Yeah, so he just peed in a corner and then went to bed?
I feel real bad. I've got to call this guy. I got to let him know I did it. Have I, you know what? It's crazy. Out of all of the people that I know, I was as drunk as I was and as much as I did drink. I've never pissed my pants. I've never pissed the bed. However, I have, and the only time I pissed where I shouldn't have pissed, where I remember in the time thinking like, this is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
So I peed in my cat's litter box once.
Yeah.
Thinking that would be okay because it's litter.
Right.
But really, what I think a lot of people don't think about is the amount of pee that comes out of your cat is not the same amount as human pee.
Right.
And also, the type of litter that's in there is made to like absorb it's like designed to absorb the cat's piss.
Yeah.
Human pee is different.
It is different.
And really what you do, if you pee in a litter box drunk, you wake up the next day with just a box full of pissy cement mix.
Yeah.
That you have to like carry down the stairs.
Oh, that's gnarly.
And dude, it was the grossest thing in the world.
That's really gross.
It was so full. That was the craziest thing too.
And you know what's crazy about that too? It was your own cat's litter box?
Yeah.
You were home, man.
I know.
And you have a bathroom at the house.
So here's the thing. My roommate at the time was in the bath. He was taking a shower.
Oh, okay.
And the door was locked.
I see.
And I was like,
One bathroom house.
yeah, one bathroom. It's the worst.
Right.
I was like, I gotta piss.
Right.
I gotta piss.
Okay, that makes way more
And then,
sense.
but here's what also doesn't make sense though. I could have easily gone in the backyard and peed.
Oh, yeah.
I could have easily done that, but I just was not thinking. I was like, I'll just piss in this litter box.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. That's what cats do.
I know some people have done the sink, but that freaks me out.
Peeing in the sink is, I think, a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you have to stand on something or you have to be very confident with your rainbow.
Yes.
And I if I'm drunk, I'm not confident with either.
No.
I'm going to fall like the worst
Damn, I
part.
feel for you guys. I've never had that issue.
What?
With your rainbow?
No, I'm just saying I don't need to stand on. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Fuck you,
we are
man.
talking
I'm
short
sorry.
king problems.
I'm sorry, Andre the Giant. Shut up, dude.
I was just about to say, I was like, sink's ideal because it's at dick height.
Yeah, I'm sorry that the sink comes up to my fucking right under my rib cage.
That I do be using the shorter urinal. For kids and midgets.
Yo, dude, it's
but
wild.
You know why, dude? Because the regular one, it splashes back on my hands.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, there is total splash.
So sometimes if that's the only one, I'll pee like this with my dick out, my hands in my pants.
Rob, that is insane.
Yeah. Because even if I'm washing my hands, I don't want, because I'm getting the splashback of other people's piss. Like, that's just so gnarly.
If I saw that, I'd be like, you should be using the handicap stall. Like, you should just actually go sit down to pee. You're doing that. You're taking too many steps.
Right.
There was one time. Have you ever had a urinal mishap where you thought there was going to be aggression, but it went a completely different way? You ever had that happen?
In terms of splash?
So one time I was at where the fuck was I? I was at a Carl's Jr. like truck stop. I was at like and I was in the bathroom peeing, and a dude came in wearing flip flops, and he was pissing at the urinal next to me. And as I was peeing, I was like maybe 2 or 3 beers in. I wasn't peeing like I had that the shakes when you pee, and my piss stream went over and hit the guy in the feet with his flip flops.
Yeah.
So it got all over his feet. Oh. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I turned to be like, yo, fucking my bad, dude.
Right.
And he's like, it's totally fine.
Whoa.
And I don't think I finished peeing.
I think you ran into Jesus.
I ran into
sandals, you said?
Jesus, dude. No, I think I ran into a man looking for piss sex in the Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
I don't think I ran into Jesus. I ran into a guy who's definitely looking to sin.
Right.
That's what I ran into, and it was the most unnerving thing. Because getting a stranger's pee on your feet is one thing. Getting it in and not being mad, like if someone peed on my shoes, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yes.
I couldn't imagine getting urine on your bare feet.
The bare
and then
feet
being
is
like,
crazy.
I like what you did there. It's totally fine, man.
Yeah. He's like, nice.
Actually, can we kiss?
Yeah.
It's like, no. Dude, I think I tried to move over to a different urinal while I was peeing. It was insane.
That is crazy.
The smaller urinal, I guess you're not going to get more splashback.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
But I guess I never think about it.
One time, I was at a Wawa in like Delaware or something. Like my band was playing a show, and I took a shit and I used up all the toilet paper. And I wish I had a little more, to be honest. I could have gotten a little more, but like when I got out of this urinal, I could have gotten a little more out. But my time was up.
Hey, dude.
My time was up.
Yeah, when it's up, it's up.
And then I was like, I'll finish this at the venue. But then I opened the stall, and there's this guy just doing the I gotta shit so bad dance.
Oh,
he runs in, slams the door. You just hear like, and then he just sees that there's no toilet paper, and he just goes, oh no! No! He fucking panicked. Oh! Cause like that must have got all over his butt,
dude.
Like,
it
that
was probably
like,
crazy. If you're shitting and it sounds like Twist from Korn, it's never, it's never gonna be good, dude.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking wild. And I've been in situations where, have you ever had to give somebody toilet paper? Have you ever had that happen to you?
Oh yeah, where you like put your arm in,
dude. There was one time I was at a Kohl's and I was in a stall taking a shit, and I was like, oh, this is fucking. And I'm going off, and there's a dude next to me, and he did the same thing. Like, he sat down, and the crazy thing is, I think before you hear, like, someone hit the toilet, I could hear poop hitting the toilet.
Right.
It was coming out of him as he was, like, putting a cap on it. Like, dude, he was just, like, started shitting, and it was just like, it sounded like a car backfiring and being flooded at the same time.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So then he's, like, sitting there, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, yo, dude, you gotta need toilet paper. I need toilet paper. I'm like, how much do you need? He's like, all of it. When someone just says all of it, you're like, I guess I have. Dude, I opened the thing, and there were 2 rolls, and I just threw him the 1 roll. And when he like, dude, you just see this hand. Dude, it was amazing. He was just like, oh, and he's just like, thank you so
Odell
much.
Beckham's.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking wild.
Yeah.
And you just heard him like, just like wiping his, like just so much. It was like just over and over and over again.
The never ending wipe drives me fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm like, what do I got to do?
You have to, so from what I've heard, you don't wipe, you dab. You gotta dab, dude. The wiping, so picture your butthole like a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
If you got a little ink on that thing, you're just gonna keep. It's like, yo, I'm trying to get this pen to write.
I see.
You gotta dab your butthole, dude.
Okay.
Bidet.
Yeah, I think water's the only close solution I found. Like, I'm like, I got to take a shower.
I mean, showering if you have to, if you can, sure. But Danny wants you to spray water on your butt like a Frenchman
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
And after hearing Tim Butterly talk about cranking up his bidet to get water inside of his asshole, I don't know if I don't. It turns me off even more. Bidet.
That's great.
I don't know.
I hear good things.
Everyone hears great things.
Yeah.
I heard great things about that black lady statue. I don't think that's great. I heard great things about The Last of Us and the Snow White movie. I don't think they're that great.
Yeah.
I heard good things about Sinners. I saw that. What a wild fucking.
But see, you're
Let's
giving all
speak on
those
it.
a chance.
You know what? You know what? I haven't given The Last of Us a chance. I'm just getting what people are telling me on the internet, Danny.
I saw the first season. That was good. I haven't started the second season, and I don't think I will.
I didn't see Snow White.
I didn't see Snow
I
White
didn't see
either.
Snow White.
I actually did not hear good things about it.
I heard nothing but bad things about it.
Yeah.
Actually, it depends on where you're. It depends on how fucking racist your Twitter is.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff I've been hearing about it has been pretty bleak.
Yeah.
But then I did go see Sinners.
Yeah, so it was good. It wasn't amazing.
How many stars out of 5 would you give it?
I think I would give it 3, maybe 3.5.
Wow.
I think they laid it on a little thick with the lady that was like an eighth black.
Sure.
I think they gave the black scent was like a little much. She was like, "Come on, you motherfucker! You were creaming in my goddamn box, you jive turkey." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I'm talking about? I thought it was like
I do,
I thought it
because-
was like a comical level that they laid it on.
At that black statue, if you press a button, it says that same thing. You creaming in my you jive motherfucker.
The power of music scene was a
Oh.
little. I thought it was more funny than powerful.
So here's what I'm gonna say.
Should we describe it, or is that like spoiling it?
I don't care if it spoils. But I know here's again, I appreciate you saying 3 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna go 2.5
Yeah.
out of 5.
'Cause I think there was like a fun factor at least. Like it felt like a summer fun thing.
Sure.
Like it felt like
it took-
Dusk Till Dawn.
Here's the thing about From Dusk Till Dawn
Yeah.
and Sinners.
No
In the,
summer
same,
high.
in the same vein, I get it. I will say, if Sinners was a summer fun thing, it took the entire summer to get there. It took so long for it to get like, oh shit's happening.
Yeah.
This is cool. And I get where they're going, but it did take a long time. And then the more I started thinking about it, because I went and saw Sinners in the theater, as I'm sitting there, I want to say like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, people are still coming into the theater. The movie's already started. People are showing up.
Right.
And the more I'm watching, I'm like, oh, there's still nothing happening.
Right.
And I'm like, this movie may have been made for black people to show up late to and not miss anything.
Right.
And I'm like, maybe that's what's happening here.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm like, okay, the dialogue and acting's pretty good. I'm like, but this is as much substance as this has, it doesn't. I'm like, this is,
So much like exposition, do they call it?
yeah, I guess so. And
Yeah.
it was like, I get it, but I'm not like, yo, this is cool. This is setting some shit up.
Right.
And I was like, and then I was like, am I watching a musical? Am I watching the scene, and this isn't giving anything away because the scene where, they are breaking down the power of music through time.
Yeah.
It is crazy to watch a guy playing a steel guitar in a nice, old-timey speakeasy in the South, and then just like ghetto bitches twerking on the bar.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Right. And then
Was
like
not
the
ready
old
for that.
African tribe doing the feet thing.
Yeah, it was. You know
They
what?
had like pharaohs and shit.
They actually had those flamingo bitches you took a picture with in the back, charging $60 for.
They had me panicking.
It was something. And did you stay for now?
The post credit.
Did you stay for that?
There was two post
There
credit
was two of them,
Second
yes.
one was not worth it. That was malarkey.
Oh, I didn't even see the second
He
one.
just sang a song. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
I did not. The first one I was like, oh, this is.
And you know
could've
what? I
wrapped
think it
some
kind of made the
things
rest
up.
of the movie kind of a wash because they were like, we're good vampires actually. And that they added vampire lore, which I'm still deciding if I like that vampires operate on hive mind.
Oh yeah, you don't like you kill the leader, you get them all.
Right.
Yeah,
I never heard that before. Maybe they
really?
added that.
Yeah, that's
that's a thing.
That's a thing that's
Oh,
been
okay.
going on for a while.
Okay.
So like the whole thing is comes down to so the main vampire, the reason he has familiars and other vampires, like it's almost like they're the pawns.
Right.
He sends them out to do. It's like it doesn't matter if they die because I can just make more and they'll never get me. And even if they are actually killed, I'll be able to like continue the whole horde going on. So it's like killing the main vampires. I don't.
Wait, Rob, did you ever see Lost Boys?
I have not.
What?
Yeah, I know. I already knew he didn't before he said.
Yeah, when
Because
he
of the
said that,
hive mind
I was
comment?
like, that's the number one vampire movie in my head.
It's-
Really?
Lost Boys is very good. You know what's also crazy?
But my generation, the number one vampire movie is Twilight. No, I'm totally
All right,
kidding.
it's a-
Oh.
I just saw the Twilights
Whoa.
and they are not good.
They're totally not like that. And that's another thing. People, I've been like, you don't like Twilight because it's fucking bleh, and you never saw it. You don't get it. I've seen.
It's just
Twilights.
not good.
They're just not good movies.
And almost everyone that was a part of it is like embarrassed of it.
Yeah.
I think Robert Patterson says like distinctly, he's like, yeah, I can't watch it.
You know who doesn't have a career anymore? Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
You know why he doesn't have a career anymore? Twilight.
yeah.
It's very, dude, those movies were so fucking ridiculous and they weren't very good and they just became a cultural phenomenon.
Right.
And they became like the flavor of a year. And then it just like, everyone's like, yeah, those actually were pretty fucking stupid. They were pretty fucking stupid.
Right. And there's like some movies that I would say like the same kind of audience is into that I like too. So I
Sure.
know I'm not like biased because of that. Like I like the Hunger Games movies. And I feel like that's kind of the same crowd a little bit.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying I'm going in non-biased.
Hunger Games,
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
Love everybody.
and
Don't get me started.
the Twilight, they're all the same.
Right.
They're all the same peoples.
Yes.
It's because you have you have characters that you can completely emotionally invest in.
Yes.
And it's like the Power Rangers. You can pick, it's like boy bands.
It is
You can
like boy
pick the
bands.
ones you love the most. Like, especially when, I remember going to see, I can't remember if it was New Moon or Eclipse or whatever. It was the one where they were playing baseball. And,
Oh yeah.
and people were like, yo, I'm Team Edward. No, I'm Team Jacob.
right.
Watching people show up with team shirts
Yeah.
was like, what is happening here? What is this? And it was like, yo, I'm out of my element. I'm either too old or too straight to like any of
Well,
this.
I think with those two, that was like kind of hard for me. Was like that the Twilight ones are so made to make young women wet,
Sure.
and that's like more. That feels like more the priority than it being a good movie.
But
And I feel like the Hunger Games, it's more of like a story going on. It's not
Sure.
like there's something that just feels so sexually charged in a young way about Twilight. Danny, do you know what I'm talking about?
Daddy, you know what he's talking about?
No.
Like I feel like Edward and like Taylor, like they're trying to be sexy so bad.
Yeah,
and
okay.
they're like so doing like the
smolder?
female gaze stuff so much. Yeah. And like the total
me.
like I'll wait forever for you.
I'm a killer, Bella.
Yeah.
You don't want this.
Yes. I can't. Like that stuff.
Don't let me in the sunlight. I'm gay. If I go outside, I might become gay.
Right. So that like it just made it hard for me to relate a little more.
Before we go in, we got one more phone call. I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot. But yeah, it's crazy you have not seen The Lost Boys.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the list.
That
brother.
is insane.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? My name's Jim. Just driving home from work, listening to, I forget what podcast. I just felt the need to express how much I really enjoy your input on your experience with art and art history. I like every time you do a deep dive on stuff like that, and I feel like you should do more of that on your show. I would love it as a patron. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. I hope you're doing well. I hope your guest is doing well.
He's doing great.
Doing good.
Shit, to pad this out. Oh, shit. Nah. Yeah, all right, well, the other night, so you know how, they say you can light your farts?
Yeah.
I always thought that was a myth.
No,
but
it
I
is
tried
not.
it the other night. Like I had this like busy day of eating farty shit, but like I lit one, it worked hella good, and then like I let one brew, and I like let it go, and it, bro, I think I shot blue flame out my asshole.
Yeah.
It melted through my sweatpants, and it scorched my asshole.
Yeah, there's your
So
first mistake.
I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I guess now it's a public service advisory. Don't light your farts if you got a big belly full of juice, dude. All right, that's all. I don't know. Love you. I love your show. You're a good guy. And that's it.
Thank you, dude. I love
Love the energy.
Dude, I love the highbrow to lowbrow in that. You should talk
Art
about more art
history.
history, like going to Goya. I would love that. Also, I'm just trying to light my ass on fire with farts, dude.
That's a Matisse guy.
Dude, here's the thing about lighting your farts on fire, which I do a lot.
Yeah.
One, you cannot do it with sweatpants.
Right.
And the reason you can't do it with sweatpants is because the flame itself will, the sweatpants, like the fuzz on it,
Yeah.
is actually, it'll take away from it. And you will get a little bit of flame, but you won't get as much. The best thing to use is jeans, and you can't wear underwear. I think a lot of people who claim that it's a myth is because you are wearing underwear.
Right.
You're wearing two levels of, you're softening the blow. And the other thing is, a lot of people are trying to light their fart like this, or like they're trying to just bend over and do it. You cannot do that.
Both legs in the air.
It is both legs in the air, and then you put your ass, like you put the flame right up to your asshole, and the jeans actually almost like act like a thumb over a garden hose.
Yes.
It like pushes the gas out.
Right.
And you will, I mean, I've done it so many times, and a lot of people we're like, oh, I'm going to light this fart on fire. Like, no, you're not. Get out of here. And then you do it, and they're like, that is wild.
Yeah.
And it's really not about if you have juicy farts. The juicy farts are actually the worst ones. It's those hot, like, breaths of, it's almost like, you're getting pure methane coming out of your butt. And that's really what it is. A lot of people who think lighting your farts on fire is a myth, it's because you're wearing too many clothing, your body positioning isn't right, and you're not patient. You have to also understand that not every fart is going to be like a fucking big... Dude, there have been times where I've farted and it's come up the sides of my legs.
Yes.
It is fucking wild. And like doing that is like, it's a cool parlor trick, but the biggest concern of mine is like, burning your ass. The reason you burn your asshole is because you did it in sweatpants, and actually the pants itself, the fabric was too like open woven. So like the biggest fear of farting like that is flame going back inside of your asshole.
That's yeah.
And if you have a hairy asshole like I do, dude, it just will be a nightmare.
But we saw it with the LA fires.
It's very, very much the truth, dude. It's you got to be careful. But I'm telling you, it's the positioning, it's the material,
technique,
and technique. And also the best lighters to use are the long ones, the long like candle lighters,
right?
Because those just like are just you're able to position them, better. It's
more options.
Look, it's when it comes down to fine art, I've perfected this art. I'm the Botticelli of lighting my farts on fire, dude. It is wild how good I am at lighting those farts on fire. Have you've done it?
No, I never done it.
You've never done it?
I would love to.
This is crazy. You've never seen The Lost Boys and you've never lit your farts on fire. What?
I know, dude. There's so much stuff I haven't done.
Around?
I don't know, man. I feel like the last few years has me really recovering from only being into like two things my whole life.
Yeah. You gotta like that. Here's the thing. I can't say that I've been into a lot of things, but like the stuff that I am into, I know a lot about. Like
you're pretty well rounded though.
I try to be.
Yeah.
And the reason, but the reason I'm able to be well rounded is because I make connections to the things that I already know. It's being well rounded is being able to find things interesting because they are connected to the first thing you found interesting.
Yes.
It is hard to do. Like, I mean, then again, it also cuts things off. Like, I'm very interested in vampire lore and horror movies. You know what I was not interested in? Twilight.
Right.
It was terrible. It's like it almost made me hate. I'm like, this is crazy that you idiots think that this is what this is. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to watch real vampire movies. You'd be like, this isn't fun. It's like, yeah, they're not supposed to be fun until they're like over the top humorous. There are fun. Like, did you see Renfield?
Yes, I did actually. That
great
was good.
Movie.
Yeah,
that was a great.
Was Nick Cage in that?
Yeah, he was Dracula. That was a great, fun movie.
Right.
And it was very well written and very well acted. And it was gory and fucking great. But there are also movies that like people are like, yo, you got to see this movie. And I'm like, dude, this movie's gonna suck ass. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being Sinners. Holy shit. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan, Shane, and Rob. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
We're going to switch it over to the Patreon. Make sure you call the hotline, 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible fart lighting technique you have. Again, if you understand how this works, send videos, send everything. Let us know what's going on, and we will check it out. We're going to switch it over.
The good boys are coming to Pittsburgh.
On June 8th.
Buy a ticket to the show. Get an invite to the tailgate June 7th for the Phil's Pirates game.
Hopefully no one falls off.
Shaner's going off that balcony, dude. Rob's gonna run onto the field, get tased.
Dude,
yes,
it's gonna be a whole thing.
If one of us dies, it's gonna be so sad. We're gonna be lighting farts. Get your fart.
I'll light my first fart there.
Get your fart lighting ready, dude.
Yeah,
because we're gonna where are we going for sandwiches after that?
Parody Bros.
So we're gonna try and fill it, dude. You got to eat some eggs first.
Yeah,
eat a sandwich. I'll get you fart and make sure you're wearing.
I think they have pastrami egg sandwich. That'll get you.
You are gonna be farting hard as hell.
That's in the fart cookbook.
I'm telling you, and you will be cooking. And it's like once you figure out the way to do it, it's almost like, you know how people can whistle with their fingers? Like you can try over and over, like I can't get it, but once you get it one time, like, yo, I know.
You got it for life.
You got it forever.
You're teaching me a life skill.
I'm telling you, and you know what I'm teaching you? I'm teaching you something that like when people are like, that's a myth.
Right.
You can be like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like when
Hold
people
my ass.
It's like hold my ass.
Hold my ass.
All right, we're gonna switch it over to Patreon later.
Later.